Welcome to the prestigious channel. Today, we are going over the untold secret about Squid Game movie cert. You won't want to miss any numbers, so stay till the end. Kindly subscribe and click the bell button. If you've been thinking only about Netflix's Squid Game for the last few days, you are not alone. The newly released K-drama has become one of the streamer's most popular releases in days. But while Squid Game might just now be blowing up in popularity, it's been a long time coming. In a behind-the-scenes featurette published by Netflix, director Hwang Dong-hyuk revealed he has been working on the project since around 2008, and his script went through multiple changes until it became the 9-episode drama that's taking over the world. Squid Game was first intended to be a feature film, but somewhere along the line, Netflix bought the rights and it got turned into a series. Fun fact, Netflix first announced the series originally called Round 6 in 2019. Squid Game is a South Korean survival drama television series streaming on Netflix. Written and directed by Hwang Dong-hyuk, it stars Lee Jung-jae, Park Hae-soo, Ha-joon, Jung Ho-yeon, Yeong-su, Heo Sung-tae, Anupam Tripathi, and Kim Joo-ryoung. The series distributed by Netflix was released worldwide on September 17, 2021. The series revolves around a contest in which 456 players, all drawn from different walks of life but each deeply in debt, play a series of children's games with deadly penalties if they lose for the chance to win a 45.6 billion won prize. Hwang had conceived of the idea based on his own economic struggles early in life, as well as the class disparity in South Korea. Though he had initially written it in 2008, he was unable to find a production company to fund the idea until Netflix took an interest around 2019 as part of their drive to expand their foreign programming offerings. Hwang wrote and directed all 9 episodes himself. Squid Game received critical acclaim and attracted international attention. Within a week of its release, it became one of Netflix's most watched programs in several regional markets. Within its first 28 days of release, it attracted more than 111 million viewers, surpassing Bridgerton as the network's most watched show. Overview: Song Gi-yoon, a divorced and indebted chauffeur, is invited to play a series of children's games for a chance at a large cash prize. Accepting the offer, he is taken to an undisclosed location where he finds himself amongst 455 other players who are also in deep debt. The players are made to wear green athletic clothes and are kept under watch at all times by masked guards in pink jumpsuits, with the games overseen by a frontman who wears a black mask and black uniform. The players soon discover that losing a game results in their death, with each death adding 100 million won to the potential 45.6 billion won grand prize. Gi-yoon allies with other players including his childhood friend Cho Sang-woo to try to survive the physical and psychological twists of the games. Development: Squid Game was created and written by Hwang Dong-hyuk. Hwang says he originally developed the script in 2008 when he was in a bad financial situation and living in Bang, reading Japanese survival manga books such as Battle Royale, Liar Game, and Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji. However, he feared the storyline was too difficult to understand and bizarre at the time. Hwang stated, "I wanted to write a story that was an allegory or fable about modern capitalist society. Something that depicts an extreme competition, somewhat like the extreme competition of life. But I wanted to use the kind of characters we've all met in real life." He described the work as a story about losers. The 2 main characters, Gi-yoon and Sang-woo, were based on Hwang's own personal experiences and represented 2 sides of himself. Gi-yoon shared the same aspects of being raised by an economically disadvantaged single mother, while Sang-woo reflected on Hwang having attended Seoul National University with high expectations from his family and neighborhood. Hwang based the narrative on Korean games of his childhood to show the irony of a childhood game where competition was not important, becoming an extreme competition with people's lives at stake. Additionally, as his initial script was intended for film, he opted to use children's games with simple rules that were easy to explain in contrast to other survival-type films using games with complex rules. The central game he selected, the Squid Game, was a popular Korean children's game from the 1970s and 1980s. Hwang recalled the Squid Game as the most physically aggressive childhood game I played in neighborhood alleys as a kid, which is why I also loved it the most. And because of this, it's the most symbolic game that reflects today's competitive society, so I picked it out as the show's title. The red light green light game was selected because of its potential to make a lot of losers in one go. Regarding the selection, Hwang said the game was selected because the scene filled with so many people randomly moving and stopping could be viewed as a ridiculous but a sad group dance. Hwang joked that the dalgona candy game they chose may influence sales of dalgona, similar to how sales of Korean gats, traditional hats, bloomed after the broadcast of Netflix series Kingdom. Licking the candy to free the shape was something that Hwang said that he had done as a child and brought it into the script. Hwang had considered other Korean children's games such as Gongi, Dong Dong, Dong Daemun, and Why Did You Come to My House? Hwang wrote all of the series himself, taking nearly 6 months to write the first 2 episodes alone, after which he turned to friends to get input on moving forward. Hwang also addressed the challenges of preparing for the show, which was physically and mentally exhausting, saying 6 of his teeth fell out while making season 1. Hwang initially said that he has no immediate plans to write a sequel to Squid Game, stating that he did not have well-developed plans for a follow-up story, and if he were to write one, he would likely have a staff of writers and directors to help. Hwang said in an interview with The Times that a second season may focus more on the story of the frontman as well as incorporating more about the police. Hwang himself had been a former police officer and said, "I think the issue with police officers is not just an issue in Korea. I see it on the global news that the police force can be very late in acting on things. There are more victims or a situation gets worse because of them not acting fast enough. This was an issue that I wanted to raise." He added he also wanted to explore the relationship between the cryptic frontman and his policeman brother Hwang Jo-ho, as well as the background of the salesman character portrayed by Gong-yu in Cameo. With the popularity of the show, Hwang later opened about the possibility of a second season, telling CNN, "There's nothing confirmed at the moment, but so many people are enthusiastic that I'm really contemplating it." Marketing. In the Philippines, a replica of the doll used in the show was exhibited on Ortigas Avenue in Quezon City in September 2021. A more complete set replica was exhibited at the Itaewon Station in Seoul. However, the exhibit was prematurely closed due to COVID-19 quarantine regulation concerns. A Squid Game pop-up store opened in Paris on October 2nd and 3rd, and a person could win a free 1-month Netflix subscription if they managed to get the right shape from the dalgona in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Thanks for watching to the end. Kindly subscribe to the channel and click the bell button to keep you updated with our future amazing videos.